Hey, hi, hello, greetings, welcome. How are you doing? You doing all right? Thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks for sticking around. What's this video? This video is just me doing a little commission drawing thing. I always think about doing one of those classic little like Twitter posts slash things where it's like, here are my rates, here are my commission rates. Saying how much things would cost, but also at the same time, like, I don't know, I always feel they're a bit weird. I feel like they're a bit weird, so I've never done that before, but I have done quite a few little mini commissions for like Twitch streamers, YouTubers, musicians and friends, and it's cool. It is what it is. So yeah, this was for someone I know. That I don't think it was necessarily even for like anything business related. I think this is just a little personal piece they wanted. But I know that they've got a business where they make like little crystal charms and necklaces and things like that. And I feel like this was semi in the same vein. They saw my pixel art stuff and they wanted me to make a mystical little fairy forest of magic and mushrooms and hippy dippy stuff. And I was like, yes, I can do that. Easy. Done. And here you go. Now you get to enjoy it too, because I thought, why not? Maybe I can just talk about commission stuff, maybe, or work, or things, whilst also just having a nice image. It goes through quite a lot of stages. I'm pleased with like the composition, the little sketch, the little design. And then there's a long gap of I'm like, I know this is going to look good in the end, but at the moment I'm just blocking in shapes and it doesn't look that good. As usual, when it gets to the end and I finalize all the lighting and the colors and things like that and some of the little effects, it looks great. I'm actually pleased with it. I'm pleased with it. I think maybe the composition needs a little bit of work. It's a bit of a weird angle, but it had to be a strange size. It had to be a specific size, I think. Because I think they're going to get it printed. It was fun. I'll link their business if you want to buy some little crystals. If you're a little hippie person into crystals and magic and all that good stuff. I feel like sometimes I can be too ranty. I think I overthink sometimes what I'm saying in these videos. And maybe a lot of people do. And that's fine. But I'm just saying, I feel like I do sometimes where I get to the point where I'm like, I worry about what I'm saying too much, maybe. And that I don't need to do that, because who actually gives a shit? But then I'm also fighting against that at the same time, you know? I don't want to sound like I'm talking shit and like being too like, whoa, listen how brainy I'm sounding. But then at the same time, like I'm sort of actively fighting against the idea that like everything needs to be jokey and like fucking no one can be serious. Everything has just got to be taken the piss out of. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we need to find an earnest middle ground. The earnest middle ground. Where's that going? As I say, I'm feeling in a mood where I've like maybe gone too far one side. Now I just need some random shit. I just need to say nothing of significance and do some laughy, taking myself too seriously. I had a bit of a rough week last week because I was in like 6 days in a row of my part-time job. And it was pretty rough. This pandemic is just doing weird things to people's mentalities, you know? I went through a lot of stages of just being like feeling a bit shit, and then also that led on to me feeling a bit shit about like the work, the artwork that I'm doing. If you follow my Instagram, I haven't posted that much, you know? I've just been feeling weird because it's Christmas time, but it's pandemic time, and everyone's feeling a bit drained. I feel like that's maybe what led to my last video being a bit, you know, I was a bit stressed out, being in a bit of a weird place, but I feel like I'm prepping stuff, you know, and I feel like I just needed to tell myself that things will be all right. I mean, that's all we can really do, innit? Everything's fine. I don't really know what to say. As usual, I'm grateful for you. I feel maybe I just need to watch some Midnight Gospel again. I just need to rewatch Midnight Gospel. I watched Auntie Donna's Big Old House of Fun on Netflix. That's quite funny. They're quite funny. I do enjoy them. It's a bit like full on and nuts, but it's quite funny as well. But as I say, I feel like, you know, my creativity's been a little bit down. I've got a few days off, so I feel like I'm going to get back on it. But don't be surprised if maybe you don't hear from me for a couple of weeks. Christmas is a wild time. Christmas is a weird one where things get a bit stressful. Like, for example, I got to send some cards. I got to send some presents in the mail. We got to get down the post office, send some mail to our families, innit? Everyone's doing that this year, especially. Give it to Mr. Posty. The post office. What a noble profession. I'm not even joking. I don't know. I think that where are these feelings coming from? Where are these feelings coming from of feelings of me thinking that I'm not doing enough? Hey? I don't know. They're just unbased. We enjoy telling ourselves that we're inside a story. I think we all like to think of ourselves as like main characters of a story, and that so therefore if the story isn't exciting, or if we feel like maybe we aren't fully achieving something within this made up story, that the story's worthless, or that we're not trying hard enough to make the story good. And it's just like nonsense, you know? I think that's just bullshit. I feel like that is one of the biggest problems, the biggest hurdles that we've got to get over ourselves with. Because we're just fucking alive, you know? That's it. We are simply manifestations of consciousness, being aware of our surroundings. That's it. There wouldn't be a surrounding to be called a surrounding without someone to be in it to call it that. And vice versa. Am I right? Goldilocks effect. I told myself I want to be light-hearted, and now I'm going on about consciousness and our place in the universe. I don't know. Anyway, I'm all right. I'm doing okay. I feel like I'm prepping stuff. I'm prepping stuff for the new year. I think there's going to be some new things coming soon. Maybe not in the form of videos, because I kind of need to catch up and make some new videos for you. But in the form of other things, mystery things, that you'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. I had the idea of making a little comic. I felt, as I've been writing and drafting my big story idea, the heroes of this story, I've also been thinking, you know what, I need some practice on just like writing scenes. I need some practice on doing little things, little stories, speech bubbles, just little clips. And I thought, what better way to do that than just start doing a little comic strip. This was a weird case of an idea just coming fully formed in my head, and I just did it. This is what it's called. These are what the characters are going to look like. And I just drew it in like an hour. So I've just been having fun actually recently, writing, doing little 4-panel comic strips. I'll leave it at that, but just be aware. Something's little comic strip is coming. You know, I'm thinking of just doing a little Instagram, having a separate Instagram, and just doing it that way. I'm still in the works of writing out my big graphic novel idea. It'll come one day. It will. But anyway, yeah, it's the end of the year. This is some pixel art. This is some hippie, trippy pixel art that I hope you enjoy. I quite like it. I hope you do too. I hope you're doing all right out there. What has been going on? I read. Speaking of mushrooms. Speaking of mushrooms. I recently read Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley. I've had it on my bookshelf for ages. It's about a girl who owns a restaurant, but she finds that there's like a magical entity living in the restaurant, and that there are these magic mushrooms that every time she eats one, she can go back in time and relive certain events, and they just go smoothly. Cool idea. But also, I completed Last of Us 2, and I thought it was really good. Hashtag video game talk. The Game Awards happened recently. I don't really pay attention that much to the Game Awards. But it's cool, it's fun, it's interesting. I like how there's loads of trailers for stuff that come out. Cool stuff, like Sephiroth is in Smash Brothers, even though I tend to not really get any of the DLC, to be honest. Yeah, Last of Us 2 won loads of awards, which is cool. Lots of drama surrounding like the industry and like crunch and the direction of the game and how the devs suffered in making it and all that stuff. But just as a piece of art and a piece of video game entertainment, I thought it was a fucking rad game. I enjoyed it a lot. I think Last of Us 1 is great, and to do a sequel is really hard. And I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. I'll talk about Last of Us 2 more in another video, maybe. I'm thinking of doing some Last of Us pixel art. I think that would be a cool idea. I played it on hard, completed it, and now we're like replaying it on easy, getting all the collectibles. It's good. I like what they did. I've got some gripes. Like I get what they were doing. I'll save that little rant for another video soon, I'm sure. Yeah, I feel like I should just say like, you know, I don't know when the next video will be. Who knows? I'll try my best. I'll try my best to do another video before the year is over, before this hell year has ended. But we'll see. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for like sticking with me. With every video, I am amazed at how few people unsubscribe, and I'm even more amazed with how many people are subscribing to this random little channel just about some guy drawing and just talking just utter shit. Aren't you fed up? You know, one time I was talking to this guy selling the Big Issue. Like, he used to be on the road a lot where my job was. Like, I chatted to him quite a few times regularly, so he recognized me. So like I would chat to him, and you know, sometimes I'd buy it, obviously. But like, more so, we just sort of chatted, like said when I was on my lunch break for a bit. And one time when I had stopped there and I was chatting to him, this guy just comes up to him, doesn't say a word, just walks towards him, past us both, and just hands him a plastic bag, and walks off. And then the guy, he opens the plastic bag. He wasn't expecting it. This wasn't a planned thing, but he opens the plastic bag and there's just a Tupperware. He opens the Tupperware and there's just shrooms in there. There's just magic mushrooms in a huge Tupperware in a plastic bag. And some guy that he barely knew just gave them to him. And if there's anything that we can learn from that, it's just... Thanks for liking this video, if you did. I appreciate you. Give me some ideas for things to draw. I mean, I've got a big old list, and I'm gonna draw what I want to draw, but you might spark some ideas. I hope I've motivated you to draw some stuff, so why don't you tell me what to draw, and we'll just go around in a cycle of creativity and inspiration. Won't that be a nice time, eh?